I always get amused when watching videos about how women rage when they are told to go to the kitchen. It's an old meme, and unfortunately, many of the more younger ones simply do not understand it. See, going to the kitchen is not something that has to be taken so profoundly, like a personal attack or something. See, the kitchen has one simple power. The ability to cook for yourself means you're gonna be less dependent on some people. A lot of people can cook for themselves, but when they do it, it always feels like they're cooking for nobody because they themselves feel like a nobody and they're not respecting much their time and their own energy and the wonderful ability that they have. A lot of people can cook wonderful dishes, but it's like, why would they even do it? Yes? When you can't embrace who you are, what you are, your own potential, your uniqueness, when you can't praise it, when you can't find any importance in it, when you don't explore life, it feels simply irrelevant. It feels that it's not worth it, right? Because as human beings, we all crave some attention, some validation, and the idea that you're not living life for yourself. Because in a societal world, in a world that where we should be a society, obviously everyone would feel the need to live also for others. Yes, this whole point of a sex society is that it teaches you that you have to live just for yourself. Being able to cook is not a bad point. It's just that you have a certain skill which allows you to survive. Sure, you have to get the ingredients. Sure, it takes a lot of time. But in the end, I would say it's much better to spend that time that way rather than spending it in more destructive, disruptive ways. Because let's be honest, whoever taught you how to make use of your time? Whoever taught you how to make use of your money? Nobody. You're simply learning things because it's like you're a robot that you are built for this world, but nobody gave you the user's manual. Yes? And you have to figure out so many things and understand certain things. And you only realize your self worth when you are obviously alone. Why? Because when you give to others and they just take, it's like you're not achieving anything. Moreover than that, you're also feeling that you're drained. Yes? In the end, a lot of people crave attention, validation, necessity. They feel that they need to do their existence for someone. Yes, especially men, since they are usually the givers in a society. But in the end, why do you need to crave something when you yourself are not feeling good in your own skin, as a man or a woman? Yes? When you don't feel good in your skin, everything in life feels horrible, horrendous, an eternal pain, and the such. Yes, a privilege to just victimize and the such. Why would you crave attention necessarily when most of the attention that this sick society can give you is shite? Yes, work on making yourself better. Yes, build your own discipline. Because only when you build a certain discipline can you simply finally embrace the path of seeking someone else. Because the point is, when you are a ruin yourself, you will find and stumble upon other ruinous people as well. Yes? And you know, what goes alike comes alike. Yes? So do not feel bad about a certain skill. The idea of being able to cook is somewhat of a life giving point. Yes? Food is life. Well, all the dumplings obviously be telling and going around that food is energy. No, food is information, not energy. Whoever speaks to you about stuff being energy, energy is just one single type. It's just people who are doo-doo that, they love classifying things like sexual energy, life energy. No, there is just one simple type. It is just energy. Energy is made out of information. That is what is important, not energy itself. The information within it is what is important, and how you embrace that energy within your body. That speaks the greatest volumes because people who are very capable, who are very sensitive, can observe by the way of how you live life. They can observe how you treat yourself, and they can figure out, yes, whether you are a good partner or not. That is why, in many cases, sensitive people are hard to observe. They have learned how to blend by, how to somewhat dim themselves. Yes, because in a sick society, you make it look as if you do by its own bidding, but you do your own path, because we are all on our own path. Yes, there's no miraculous savior that will make things better for us. Yes, whether we live the end of the world or not, that is not something to bother too much. You have a life to live. Whatever comes tomorrow, well, nothing is nothing is promised, nothing is guaranteed. Life has to go on, the show must go on. In the end, honor your path and simply go on in life. You don't have time to simply wait for ruinous people to do their points, for idiotic people who can't make a decision. Simply go on. Live life the way you want, in a way, because the point is, it's gonna be ending sooner than you may think. Yes? We all think that we're gonna live forever in here. So embrace your skills, because in the end, those are the only things that will not fail you. Yes? You may make use of them badly, but the point is very simple. Your mind can betray you. Yes, your friends can betray you, even your family can betray you. Even the society that you are serving can also betray you, obviously. Yes. And, well, even your wits can betray you in certain cases. But the very simple point is usually your skill, your muscle memory, they will always be there. Yes. Especially if they are related to doing things in a very repetitive way. It's going to be very hard to forget them. It's going to be very hard to move out of that comfort zone. Probably at times even to expand out of it. Yes? So in time, your skills are to be your backbone. Leave other people and their problems and the such. You're not here to please them, you're not here to simply fix them. If people get pissed off by a word or by a meme, well, let them drown in their own sorrows. You're not here to fix them, you're not here to care for that much. Yes, all they want is just some free attention, and most of them are just vampires. They go to the greatest hells just to get some attention. Well, they're going to probably die in a stupid way regardless. So why attach yourself to that? Learn your skills and just, take care of yourself. Become better. And you don't have to do this each and every day. The only big problem people forget nowadays is that they need some rest. People say they are depressed. Well, if you speak it slowly, you figure out that it's not that you are depressed. You need deep rest. Yes? That's the, let's say, occult meaning, or, well, the hidden meaning of the so-called depressed. Yes, they're inventing you diseases so that you waste your time and that you become accustomed to those and even comfortable. A lot of people are comfortable with the so-called problems that they prance around that they have. You see people nowadays, claiming that they've got ADHD and the such, and it's like they're making memes out of it. It's good that the newer generations view life as a joke in a way. Life is not necessarily a joke, but the sick society will always make it feel like that. So at least people can celebrate that, because in the end, nothing in the end is serious about this life, and especially about this sick society. Whether you want to make something serious, it's good, because when you are serious, you focus yourself on your concentration. When you become concentrated, you can do something without much of a distraction, and that's when success starts. Nobody teaches you these, because obviously all that they want is your free attention. They all just want a free spot in your mind, and every time you think about them, think that you're not just thinking about them, you're just giving them your energy. So in the end, if you can't simply handle a certain joke, especially if it gets repetitive, if you can't handle some people poking at you, if you can't handle a word that you give it so much fucking importance that it pisses you off, it is most preferable that you simply take a break from the internet. A few days off, 1 week, it's always good to do some detox. Just a bit, from time to time. You don't need to do it necessarily like utterly straightforward. You can take some breaks, watch a few memes, let's say one single time per day, because one has to understand in life one needs discipline, and discipline is not something that you will build out of a sudden. Yes, you will fail 1,000 times, but afterwards, when it becomes more than just a habit, Your disciplined self will look behind and say thank you for each and every one of your failures, because only through those failures did you pave the pathway to your greater success. Yes? So hopefully this video raised a bit of awareness. You are appreciated, take care, enjoy life. This being said, Ferenc Board signing out.